Prime Minister seeks citizens' efforts to make the government successful. Jungle Solimpur will no longer remain sanctuary of terrorists, says Home Minister. Ramisa murder trial starts Monday. Government expects maximum punishment. People returning to Dhaka after the celebration of Eid. Those were the headlines. Good evening, viewers. I'm Nafisa Nawal with English Bulletin. The country will move forward through following the path showed by Shaheed President Ziaur Rahman. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman made the comment at a discussion meeting marking the 45th martyrdom anniversary of late President Ziaur Rahman. Addressing the program at Krishibid Institution in the capital, Tariq Rahman said efforts of every citizen besides the MPs and ministers are essential for the progress of the country. He urged the countrymen to show proper respect to Shaheed Zia through making the BNP-led government successful. Home Minister Salahuddin Ahmed has declared that Jungle Solimpur and its surrounding areas in Sitakundo of Chattogram will be freed from terrorism. Salahuddin Ahmed made the remarks to journalists on Sunday morning while visiting Jungle Solimpur. He said the Jungle Solimpur will no longer remain a hub or sanctuary for any isolated terrorist group. State control will be established in this area that has long been in talks, and action will be taken against the terrorists. The trial of child Ramisa murder and rape case is starting on Monday. The government expects maximum punishment for the accused in this case. Law Minister Muhammad Asaduzzaman said this at the Jilla Porishod check distribution ceremony at Shulkupa Upajila Porishod Auditorium in Jinada on Sunday morning, stating that the government has done all its end in this regard and the rest will be done by the court according to its consideration. People are returning to Dhaka by bus, train and launch after the celebration of Eid ul-Adha. This time there was no excessive rush or hassle, so most of the passengers were seen happy. Hundreds of people were seen returning to Dhaka by train in the morning as Eid vacation ends today, Sunday. Except some exceptions at Komlapur railway station, passengers were seen happy as their journey was smooth. During the return journey, there was no major rush at the bus terminal. Passengers expressed satisfaction despite some of them made allegation of extra fare. However, the passengers of the waterways have no objection. The people of the southern region of the country are happy to return to Dhaka as most of the launches reached at Shodarghat terminal on scheduled time. Meanwhile, some people were seen leaving Dhaka on Sunday even after the Eid vacation. Both the city corporations in Dhaka have claimed to remove around 100% waste of sacrificial animals during the 3 days of Eid. The administrator of Dhaka North City Corporation DNCC, Muhammad Shofiqul Islam, said more than 18,000 tons of waste of sacrificial animals have been dumped to the landfill in Amin Bazaar till 6 p.m. on Saturday. On the other hand, Dhaka City Corporation DSCC Administrator Muhammad Abdul Salam at a briefing said the DSCC has removed 36,000 tons of waste and has been dumped to Mutail landfill. Stating that the lessors of the cattle markets have not removed waste, he said their collateral will be confiscated. Now a short break. We will be back soon with Trump asks for tougher terms in proposed deal to end Iran war. PSG retained Champions League title after beating Arsenal on penalties. Welcome back. You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. At least 5 people were killed in separate incidents of road crash, 3 districts, including a mother and 2 daughters in Netrokona. A woman and her 2 daughters were killed as a passenger bus rammed into a battery-run auto rickshaw in Netrokona on Netrokona Mymensingh Highway. Her husband, among 5, was seriously injured. The crash occurred at around 11:30 a.m. at Cholisha bypass intersection. On the other hand, a passenger of a bus was killed and at least 60 others were injured in a collision between 2 buses on Pabna-Kushtia Highway. The accident took place at around 12 p.m. in front of Talbaria High School in Mirpur Upazila of Kushtia. Another person was killed in a separate accident in Dinajpur. Now, news around the world. US President Donald Trump has sought to change several terms of a proposal to end war in Iran. The New York Times reported Trump's changes involved toughening the terms of the deal and has sent the new framework back to be considered by Iran, according to officials familiar with the proceedings. The New York Times report said it was not immediately clear what the changes entailed. However, another US news site, Axios, reported that Trump has said his priorities for any deal included Iran agreeing to never develop nuclear weapons and the reopening of the blockaded Strait of Hormuz. Meanwhile, Iran has reasserted its control over the Strait of Hormuz. It warned that foreign commercial and military vessels will be targeted if they do not comply with the regulations governing passage through the strategic waterway. A new study suggests that a groundbreaking genomic test could spare millions of breast cancer patients chemotherapy. The study, led by University College London, involved more than 4,000 newly diagnosed patients over the age of 40 in the UK, Norway, Sweden, Australia, New Zealand and Thailand. According to their results, people with breast cancer could safely avoid chemotherapy as scientists have developed a DNA test. The test will distinguish between patients who are likely to benefit from the treatment and those who are not. The United States and the United Kingdom and Australia have announced plans to jointly develop underwater drone technology. The announcement was made by the 3 countries' defense ministers at the Shangri-La Dialogue in Singapore. The plan has been taken in a bid to protect undersea infrastructure and strengthen defense cooperation under the AUKUS Pact. The project will focus on uncrewed undersea vehicles and or UVVs and is expected to begin delivering systems in 2027. The systems could be used to protect seabed infrastructure, carry out surveillance and reconnaissance, support logistics and conduct military operations. Before ending the bulletin, top stories once again. Prime Minister seeks citizens' efforts to make the government successful. Jungle Solimpur will no longer remain sanctuary of terrorists, says Home Minister. Ramisa murder trial starts Monday. Government expects maximum punishment. People returning to Dhaka after the celebration of Eid. Trump asks for tougher terms in proposed deal to end Iran war. PSG retained Champions League title after beating Arsenal on penalties. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us.